What happened to The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? Well, Tears of the Kingdom released back in 2023, and it's been a year. It's crazy. But, anyways, when it originally released, the hype around the game was fantastic. Everyone was playing Tears of the Kingdom, building contraptions, building different ways to solve puzzles, figuring out, hey, what the heck is this? What should you do with this? And like a whole bunch of stuff, a plethora of different things. And now, when you look at Tears of the Kingdom in 2024, you don't really see much of that creation, the overwhelming amount of joy into Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I get it. The game is a year old, and games tend to move on after then. But why did Nintendo not decide to jump on the opportunity and release either a master mode and a trial of the sword or something? Like, that would have made the most sense. If I got a master mode for Tears of the Kingdom, you best believe it, I would go back and play the game again. Because that game was fantastic. They added a master mode like in Breath of the Wild. All the enemies around you would be upgraded to maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 times the original strength as they were. And that would have been the best thing ever for Tears of the Kingdom. Why didn't they do it? Now, it would have made the most sense for them, but they decided to not to make it. Maybe they were just a bit burnt out on Zelda and they wanted to work on the next thing. Maybe they didn't know how to upgrade Tears of the Kingdom. Whatever the case may be, Tears of the Kingdom could have had Master Mode, or even Trial of the Sword kind of thing. Upgrading the Master Sword would have been fantastic. Some of my favorite puzzles in the game were the ones that you enter the shrine and you get rid of everything in your inventory. Like, everything is gone. You have to salvage of what you're given. Like, if the shrine, for example, has a spear and maybe a frost berry or something, you have to fight the enemies and you keep going through out the shrine and you don't really have anything. But that was the best part of the shrines. That was my favorite part of the shrines. If they did something like that, the Trial of the Sword in Tears of the Kingdom, that would have been the funnest thing ever. I love those shrines. Those shrines were so fun, so amazing, and it really made your creation shine. But it doesn't really make any sense why they decided to drop Tears of the Kingdom and move on to Echoes of Wisdom. Because Echoes of Wisdom has creativity, has a whole bunch of things, but it's not the same as Tears of the Kingdom. It's not actually open world. It's like more like a linear game that you essentially get to capture enemies inside your staff and use them to fight for you, use different things that you find throughout the world to help you with these puzzles. But Tears of the Kingdom felt more like a open structure game that you could essentially make whatever you want. If you find a tree, you could stick that tree and put a whole bunch of fans to it, and make a flying tree. Yes, a flying tree. And, you know, if they made an update for something like that, add a couple more different things that you can make. Maybe a plane that doesn't ever run out, like the wings, they kind of ran out and then disappeared after a while of using them. I think that this would have made the game a whole lot more interesting, more fun. A whole lot of people would be going back to Tears of the Kingdom because either the DLC, maybe like Master Mode, or maybe even a Trial of the Sword type thing, or even something that would allow you to make a plane, but it wouldn't really disappear, or update to the houses, how you can make whatever you want in your house. Maybe make it bigger. You can make a 10-story house if you wanted to. I don't know, something like that. But I feel like maybe there's a limit to what they can add in the game because the Nintendo Switch is a little old and it can't process that. I don't know if that's the case, why they didn't want to add that much stuff. But, you know, what can you really do about it? And it's really sad to me because Tears of the Kingdom is one of my favorite Nintendo Switch games to this day. And how they kind of dropped it like that, it's fun to go back, but it's a little hard at the same time. Once you play it for what, 100, 2, 3, 400 hours of the game, it gets a little boring. Now, the game is really, really, really good. Sometimes I'd like to go back to an older version to just play and mess around with all the gimmicks, like the the unbreakable Master Sword or whatever. That was a fantastic glitch. You can even duplicate your items, you can make yourself invisible, you can make yourself do a whole bunch of things, and you don't even need a Nintendo Switch with custom firmware or something. You don't need to mod your game for that. You can just have fun in the game by itself. You can just play it on a regular Nintendo Switch, and that was the best thing ever because, hey, if you wanted to have an experience with game how really you want, you can fly by yourself by using a bomb and a contraption and a whole bunch of stuff. But it was kind of glitch in the game, and it was just fantastic. It was so fun. And when Tears of the Kingdom kind of fell off its little high pedestal and then slowly went down into the darkness, it was really sad because there wasn't a lot of content. But even though when the content was out there, I wouldn't really watch it. Most people wouldn't even watch it. The views for Tears of the Kingdom at the time were really low because most people wanted to explore the game how they wanted to. Explore it, do whatever the heck they want, and that was perfectly fine because it was their adventure, and you can do whatever you want. You don't want to spoil if there's a dragon on top of a bridge. You don't want to spoil that. Or how to defeat this, how to get the Master Sword, how to obtain whatever. There was so many videos. There was so many different ways out there how to solve those puzzles. And sometimes your way wouldn't even be the same. Or most of the time, it wouldn't even be the same how Nintendo would have intended you to do it. It was just a fantastic time. And it's just really sad. It's super sad how they won't add a DLC. Maybe in the next Nintendo Direct, after a year later, they'll add it, but I don't think they will. It's possible, maybe in the September Nintendo Direct, they'll maybe say Tears of the Kingdom is gonna get a DLC, maybe Master Mode or Trial of the Sword. Of course, I'll jump back into that, but at the rate that it's going, I have a feeling that that's not going to be the case. Sure, add a $30 DLC. That would have been perfectly fine because DLC for the game would have been amazing. But at this rate, it's not. It's probably not going to happen. So, what do you think about Tears of the Kingdom? The Tears of the Kingdom kind of just fell off its high pedestal and just suddenly disappeared because you don't really see anything? Or do you think there's a lot and I'm just making stories? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd really love to know all your opinions and your comments and your stuff. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day and see you in the next one.